Now, another great component of the dashboard is something that's called the KPI. The KPI started in Excel 2013 and Excel 2016. This is a fairly new feature. Let's go back into Excel. Okay. Now, notice how I have the Power Pivot menu on the top of the window. So you may not have that if you have Excel 2010. In fact, you may have to turn that on in general. Let me show you how you turn on the Power Pivot menu because that's going to become important for us in the next couple of examples. I'm going to pick on the File menu, and under File, I'll pick on Options. Now, you might have to turn on the Power Pivot on in general. So I'll pick on the word Add-ins. See Add-ins on the Options. Then once you pick on Add-ins, you come down here and you click and you do COM Add-ins. And then you pick on the word Go. And then you make sure the word Power Pivot is checked. See it? Power Pivot. So that's step number 1 to turn that on. I'll pick on OK. Now step number 2 will be the actual turn on that menu on the top of the window like that. Just by turning on the add-in, it does not necessarily turn the menu on. To turn the menu on, I'll pick on the File menu. I'll pick on Options. We'll pick on the word Customize Ribbon. Now remember, the ribbon is a new word for the toolbar. Then the Power Pivot menu will be available over there. But you have to turn on the add-in first, you see? I had to go to Add-ins, and then COM Add-ins, and then Go. Make sure it's checked there. Then once I did that, then it should be available to be added to the toolbar. Then I'll do File Options, Customize Ribbon, and then I make sure the word Power Pivot is checked there. And that's the one that will really turn it on your toolbar or on the ribbon. Okay? So that's very important that you saw that. I'm going to click on OK. Now, I do have the Power Pivot menu. Power Pivot menu has a couple really important features. Actually, I can manage the relationships even from here. So I'll pick on the word Manage. This is going to give me a visual representation of the relationships in just a second. It didn't work for me. So let me go with the diagram view. Let's see if it has those in there. There it is. That's what I was looking for. So you actually see a visual representation of your relationships. The customers table and the orders table are joined by the customer ID. The orders table and the shippers table is joined by the shipper ID. And then these two tables are joined by the employee ID. So if I click on that line, you can see the field that it's referring to. You see that? So I like that window. I'm going to close that window. And it'll go back to the pivot table here. So that was called Manage. And then you can do other things within there as well. Now, in order to add a KPI, which is really part of the dashboard, I have to have a measure. A measure is a new way to do a calculation, and a KPI, or a key performance indicator, has to come from a measure. So even though I have a sum over here, I have to do the sum as a measure so I can include it as a KPI. So I'm going to remove this particular sum right here. I'll pick on sum and move it back to the top. Now we'll do a new measure. I'll say measure and then new measure. Of course, I'm in the Power Pivot window. Now this one is going to come from the orders table. That's another good reason why we gave the tables a better name. Now in this case, I will call it a new sum. The description is optional. Now, if I pick on the FX here, which I'm sure you're familiar with, you're going to see functions that you've never seen before. One of the benefits of the Power Pivot is you get all new functions that you've never seen before. And maybe I could show you some of those. Like if I scroll through, right away, these are just some that you have never seen before, okay? If you just scroll through, and there's even the categories. But the normal functions should be in there as well. So I'll pick on sum. Actually, before I do that, let me show you maybe some that you haven't seen before. Let's do one that's called the earliest date. So there actually is one that's called first date. And that means the earliest date for each different, in this case, contact title by year. So do first date, just to show you that there's a lot of new functions that you haven't seen before when we do the power pivot. We'll use the order date and make that a date format. And we'll use this is the United States date format. Of course, the other ones are there as well. Now, let's see what happened with that. See how it showed me the first date. Let's do it by company name. So instead of by contact title, I'm going to pick that up and move it up. And I'll go back to the company name. Good. Now the chart's getting pretty busy, of course. But we'll move this to the side. Or even resize it. It's all part of the dashboard, right? So just resize the chart. That's fine. So I have the first date for each year for each company. That was called a measure. Watch again. Click on measure, new measure. We'll do the last date. And we'll pick on the FX again. And then we actually have one that is called last date. And then I'll use the order date there as well. So when we have the power pivot, you get a lot of extra functions. But we have to make a measure, everybody, to, we have to have a measure to make what we call a KPI. Now I'm going to remove some of these fields. I'm going to start removing some of these fields. And the last order date will be fine. Okay, good. So I have the new sum. Actually, I want to give that a better name. If I want to go back to the measures, I'll pick on measures and then manage measures. And I'll call that one, I'm going to click on that and pick on edit. And I'll call that first date. Good. Okay, that'll be better. And I'll pick on close. And now, notice in this case, let's try that again. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and rename that again. I do have it called first date. Okay, fine. So I'm going to pick on close there. I'm just going to undo, and you can kind of see it is the first date and the last date. But I want to make a new measure so I can show you a KPI, and then we'll start wrapping up. So I'll do a new measure from the orders table. I'm going to call it a new sum. And now your classic functions will be available as well, or many of them will be. But if you've already scrolled through this list, you'll see a lot that you haven't seen before because of the power pivot. And then we'll sum the order amount field. By the way, I just typed in the letter O, and then it shows me the fields that would be appropriate. And then I'll use order amount. Now, it'll show the sum for each different customer, as we can see. Good. Now, I don't need to see that last date anymore, so I'll turn that one off. I'm just going to uncheck that field. So we have the new sum. So I'll do a new KPI. And then it is going to be based on one of the measures. Now, there's the new sum. Good. And then I'll type in 1,000 here. Now, notice how we'll say less than 500, less than 400 is red. Then less than 1,000 will be yellow, and everything over 1,000 will be green. Now, this time, it's going to let me do it. I can tell by the way it reacted there. There's the KPI. Now notice how the KPI shows up as ones and negative ones and zeros and things like that. Here's what you do. You come over to your fields, And then I'm going to uncheck it where it says status. And I'll check the word status again. There's the KPI. Okay, good. So notice how the green ones are going to be above 10,000. The red ones are less than 500. And the yellow ones are between that. So let's even affect that range again. I'll say manage KPIs. We'll pick on edit there. And let me change my ranges now. Let's say like 5,000. Okay, so maybe that'll be less than 2,000. This will be less than 4,000. And everything above 4,000 will be green. And that should have an immediate effect. Yeah, see, now we have a lot more colors. Okay, good. So now if I click around the slicers and click around the timeline, and the KPIs are working, the filters. Now we have the dashboard working. It's affecting the chart. So the components of the dashboard would be the filter that's on the pivot table, the KPI, here's the timeline, then we have our slicers over here, the pivot chart. Now we're getting instant results, getting the exact records that we're looking for, and you can see how all of it works together to build our dashboard.